This week on Hot Couple Chronicles.
This winter has been mentally the hardest few months of my entire life. I got to the lowest I've been ever, maybe. And it came out of nowhere, and I thought I was really on top of things and doing good. And it was a lot of months of traveling and being gone and just the pressure of doing social media and all of that. But after a while, and after hearing the same things over and over, and they pick you apart and all this mean stuff that they say, it does eventually start to soak through, and you start to feel it more and you start to believe it more. Didn't handle it the greatest. I do regret some ways that I did handle myself and things that I've done trying to get through that. But I feel like also has been some of the most eye-opening, and I've done so much inner work and personal work and self-growth, and our marriage has been thriving, and we've been working really hard on making sure we stay connected, and this is an us thing. And that's why we really talked about on the teasers and stuff. We're just tired of sugarcoating stuff, and it's time to be honest and just kind of talk about stuff that's a little uncomfortable. And I suffer with anxiety and depression. I've never tried to hide that. I'm a normal person. I get self-conscious. We all do. We all struggle with that, with our self and our confidence. And I don't think it's that crazy. We've been doing really good, and we've been getting out and doing stuff and having a good time. We've been a bunch of whores again. And I think we needed to do that season. And I struggle with winter. I need sun to be whole. I get really, and I've always struggled with seasonal depression, and this year it got super bad out of nowhere.
Oh,
Nice.
It's been a while since we had a good old swinger society orgy.
Welcome to Hot Couple Chronicles, a podcast exploring the swinging lifestyle. Our discussions may contain explicit content and adult themes intended for mature audiences. While we strive to offer valuable insights and entertainment, please be aware that the views expressed are based on personal experiences and opinions. We encourage listeners to approach the content with an open mind and to prioritize communication, consent, and respect in their relationships. Remember, everyone's journey is unique, so take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Thank you for joining us on our adventure.
I'm Russ,
And I'm Ashley.
and this is Hot Couple Chronicles.
Welcome back. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
This episode is going to be, since this podcast is called Hot Couple Chronicles, we were going to just skip over everything and just kind of not really talk about it. But then I remembered why we called it Hot Couple Chronicles. We want to really make the stories about us and our adventures and what we do. And we've done quite a lot while also doing winter and hibernating a lot too.
Yeah.
But we've done quite a few things that I think that we need to talk about, and a lot of good moments, a lot of bad moments, a lot of emotional times and stuff. And I think that we need to talk about it. I think that we've been gone for a while. I know people noticed. We were gone a lot longer than we
Yeah, we
expected
knew
to.
we were gone too long when people are asking if we still did it.
If we're going to still do the podcast. Yeah. And people were bringing it up more and more, and everyone just was assuming that we were kind of done with it. And that's when we realized it was time to, we're either going to do it or not. And I'm not going to lie to you, we weren't ready. We probably could have taken months more off of it. We're not going to even try and sugarcoat it or lie to you. This winter has been mentally the hardest few months of my entire life. I got to the lowest I've been ever, maybe. And it came out of nowhere, and I thought I was really on top of things and doing good. And it was a lot of months of traveling and being gone, and just the pressure of doing social media and all of that. And the podcast along with the podcast comes a lot of negative, a lot of people that don't love listening to us talk. They'd rather just be cute on TikTok and everything. And
You're supposed to have a voice too?
I know.
No way.
I'm supposed to just smile at the camera and
point at letters.
Once I started opening my mouth, it really brought in a lot of, which we understood. We knew that was going to
Yeah.
come with it. But I am a baby sometimes with that, and I have a really hard time with. I do pretty well. You have to on social media do pretty well at just letting it bounce off you and not really soaking it in. But after a while, and after hearing the same things over and over, and they pick you apart and all this mean stuff that they say, it does eventually start to soak through, and you start to feel it more, and you start to believe it more. And I've gained some weight, and you change, you get older. I don't look the same as I did when I first got on TikTok.
6 years
six
ago.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm aging. I'm a woman. I don't know. I've going through some stuff, but I definitely was to the point where I had this much energy, just the teeniest bit, and I had to be very careful where I was putting it. And I have a habit of hermiting and hiding, and I just didn't have energy, and I really was doing, I thought, a really good job at hiding it, and no one really knew. I don't think, for the most part, people don't
we
realize
kind
how
of
bad it
just
got.
stopped talking to everyone too.
Yeah. It's one of those, if you stop reaching out, you see who's going to actually reach out to you type of thing. And it really made us open our eyes and notice who we even noticed we were gone.
Yeah.
Like it really makes you see who was there and who actually cares. And we just had to focus on our family and each other. We've really been focusing on each other a lot lately, just us, and pretty much have done most things together recently. And we've had a lot of fun, but I don't regret how deep it got, and I don't regret any of it. I don't regret anything we did. Didn't handle it the greatest. I do regret some ways that I did handle myself and things that I've done trying to get through that, but I feel like also has been some of the most eye-opening, and I've done so much inner work and personal work and self-growth, and our marriage has been thriving, and we've been working really hard on making sure we stay connected, and this is an us thing, and just being reminded of why we are doing this and why we started this. And that's why we really talked about on the teasers and stuff, we're just tired of sugarcoating stuff, and it's time to be honest and just kind of talk about stuff that's a little uncomfortable. And I suffer with anxiety and depression. I've never tried to hide that. I'm a normal person. I get self-conscious. We all do. We all struggle with that, with our self and our confidence. And I don't think it's that crazy.
No.
I called it a sabbatical. I was on a sabbatical. I just couldn't do it.
Only you just it really was a sabbatical. You posted just to keep posting on social media.
Well, I was so worried about making new content every day for the last 5 of the years or so. And I finally was like, how about I start using these thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures and videos I've taken over these last 5 years or so, and actually just reuse them and make them into new things. And it worked. I have never had this many views on Instagram, and everything has been thriving doing it this way. And I was just so overwhelmed with making new content every single day, finding new sounds, researching all the things, making all the stuff. I was doing all these canvas, and I had these big ideas, and I was just so overwhelmed with all of the things I wanted to do that it just eventually just blew up. I was working like 22 hours a day, like a crazy person, just making and creating and coming up with new stuff and trying to do so much. And finally got to the point where I did have to step back, and this was 7 days a week, up till 3 a.m., back up at 5 to do it again. And it was just too much. It's so much. People think social media is this cake job, and you don't have to do anything, and you just take a selfie every once in a while, you'll be fine. It's so much behind the scenes work, and I'm not complaining. I love what I do. I enjoy it. It's my heart, my passion, but it's a lot. And so I really was had such little energy, and I had to just give it where I could, and most of it was on us. Me and us and our kids and our family. And so that's kind of what's been going on. I feel myself getting better. I'm coming out of it. I've been doing all right. We've been doing really good, and we've been getting out and doing stuff and having a good time. We've been a bunch of whores again, and I think we needed to do that. I think that we figure out how to do that. I don't know. It's just crazy how I never really wanted to be a social media influencer or on social media. It still kind of creeps me out that I'm out there and still doing it after all this time still.
Yeah, we just talked about this
Yeah. And
at the club a couple weeks ago.
people, like, they're so sweet, and everyone we've ever met that has, follows us or listens to the podcast has been the sweetest and kindest. And it's so much fun getting to meet you guys as people listening and watching in real life. I love it. Freaks me out a little bit. It is kind of weird because I will never be able to wrap my head around the fact that strangers know my face and watch my stuff and listen to me.
Well, you said it's like you're in a fishbowl. Everybody's just watching you.
Well, that's the thing. I love when people come up to us and say, we watch you, we've watched you, we know all your stuff. Yeah. It's the ones that just look at you and stare and whisper. That's the ones that'll get me in my head. And I'm just like, I'm always listening around me. My ADHD really kicks in like a group of people. So I'm listening to people talk and they'll be like, oh my gosh, those are the guys off TikTok. They have a TikTok. They're TikTok famous, Insta famous. They have a podcast. Oh my gosh, is that them? And it's that like constant people just looking at you, just like an attraction. And I I'm not complaining, but it is weird. It is strange for something that's nobody really looks twice at me normally in real life. So it is strange once you get into like a club of people or an event full of people. I don't know. It's just weird. You can't really, it's hard to explain unless you
can't blend in anymore.
Yeah. And it's also that pressure. I think really that was a lot of my anxiety last summer, winter it's that need to, I feel like I have to be on all the time. Everyone's on vacation. They're like living their best life. They're having drinks. They're living their best life, running around naked, which I do for the most part, not censor myself or, we do live our best life. We go out, we're all wild and crazy and we go out there and do all the things. But there is a sense of having to be on.
Yeah. You're at work all the time.
Like even people are, again, at the club approaching, oh my gosh, I listened to you. I love this conversation. And you have a whole conversation with these people and you have to be on and you have to be ready for that at all times. And I don't like doing that. I don't like being like, I'm famous or whatever. But in this little land of ours, this little world that we're in, people know who we are at this point.
Yeah.
We've been around enough and it's not cocky and conceited to, recognize that people know who we are. People stop us. People are watching. If not stopping, they're watching at all times and you can see their eyes on you at all times. So you do have this responsibility to be on, to be always making sure to follow everything you preach. And I try to be myself and I try to be real, but you want to look nice, put yourself together. You want to present yourself because you are your brand. You want to present yourself as good. So I do try to be real. I'm always real. That's the first biggest compliment we always get is how much we are in real life, who we are on here.
We're just as weird and awkward.
Good thing or a bad thing?
It wasn't, they're not pretending. They are just as weird in person.
Weird, turns out. Yeah, I don't know. I like to take it as a compliment, but I always want to be somebody that they can reach out to if they need safety help, if they need guidance, if someone has a question. You just have to be on. You just have to be ready to work at any time. You can't, as much as you try. That's why a lot of the times at these smaller things, like if we go to like a pad party where we just have a code for a ticket to it, that we're not really working, those are events that you'll tend to see us let our hair down and do whatever and kind of go wild.
If we're not actually hosting,
we're not working or hosting or doing
or working or anything, we tend to let our hair down.
But you have to. Like, you have to pick events that we can also have fun, because this is also a place that we love to be. It became this passion project of ours because of the fact that we love it here so much. Yeah. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, how dare you turn a hobby into money or whatever, a career.
Still waiting for that.
Like, yeah. First of all, we're not there yet, but we're hoping one day to. But second of all, like, why wouldn't you want to do that? I love it here. I love everything. And why wouldn't I want to make it more and do more? And I have some really good passion stuff that I've been working on behind the scenes that I'm very excited about. Kind of goes along with one of the last episodes that we did last season. And I've been trying to work with people and emailing and everything. Funding is low. Everything is just kind of hard.
Yeah.
People, we're not at the top of the list or the needs of these things, they don't think, but I'm trying to put it out there and I have to be very vague about it because there's no official anything, but we're excited about some passion projects that we have going on. And then of course, podcasts are going to be here, like it or not. We're doing the thing.
We're doing the thing.
We eventually, all that to say, we eventually were like, are we doing the podcast? Are we not doing the podcast? And if we're doing the podcast, we have to pick a date.
For a couple months, we're like, we need to start the podcast.
Yeah.
And we're like,
something kept happening.
Yeah.
And stuff was still going on and everything. You know, you're always pushing it back. And we finally were like, we're not doing this podcast unless we pick a date because we know ourselves and we know that we'll do it if we say we're going to do it. Like, we will never.
We're master procrastinators.
We work best under pressure. But like today is Tuesday, the day that we edit and finish.
Like, we're going to record this, we're going to edit it and put it out tonight at midnight.
And we'll be up all night doing it. This is the podcast for the day, and this is us on the day. So
also, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, and we were supposed to go out to a Cinco de Mayo dinner tonight with work people. So it's gonna be a fun, full night of Cinco de Mayo fun. But no, we will be here. We'll always come back. It might take us a little bit. I apologize for the delay, and I just want to be honest with you guys and be real with you guys and explain. It got pretty bad. Winter is a hard time.
It's a sad season.
It's sad season, man. I struggle with winter. I need sun to be whole. I get really, and I've always struggled with seasonal depression, and this year it got super bad out of nowhere. I know it was a bunch of little things, like I said. It was just a lot of little stuff, but it was a lot of little personal things and kept piling on, and I think it was just sad season and winter, and luckily got myself out of that and recognized, because doing all the work and stuff, at least I was able to recognize how bad it was and how bad it got. And yeah, just pulling back a little bit, taking some time off. We had Christmas after the last episode. We had Christmas.
Yeah. So we'll just start for kind of where we left off on the last episode.
It might be 2 episodes. We'll figure it out.
Our last episode, we both went down to Secrets. Then I had to come back Friday and go to work. And you stayed down there for our friend Mike's birthday. Went to the beach, watched a rocket launch, did all the things. And that was October.
Yeah. And that was when I was burnt out at that point. I had gotten to, that Secrets trip, I burnt out. I went inward. I isolated. I had a great time, but I did keep it calm. I did make a lot of time to relax and to just, because I was aware that I was burnt out and I was done. And we knew it was going to be winter. Stuff was starting to end. It was going to be quieter. So it was just getting there. And then we went with our friends, Anything But Vanilla, to their favorite island, Captiva. They've been going to for forever. And so they wanted to show it to us.
Yeah, Rob said that he's been going there since he was a kid. Yeah. And we fell in love with it as well.
It was so good. And we stayed in a big Airbnb and our kids went and we had so much fun. It was like a 5-minute walk to the beach. It was right off of the beach, perfect distance. They had plenty of space outside. They had the pool, the screened-in pool and everything. I went down a couple days before you. We had to work. And then he met us down there and I brought the kids with me and we had perfect weather, always 85 and sunny at all times. So
I brought down all the
beautiful
everything I needed to cook a Thanksgiving feast.
They brought their kayak and we had to go kayaking in the morning and watch the sun go up and the dolphins. There was dolphins and manatees and all the things. And we just relaxed and it was much needed and hung out with the kids and they had a cute little ice cream place and little shops and it was just really small place. It was just a tiny little island that we just had Airbnbs and homes on and a few little shops, a little restaurant, a couple restaurants. We went to Mexican and
we would go down,
ice cream,
spend all day on the beach, go kayaking and
then take showers and went out to dinner and we were so spent and tired and we went to bed early. No guilt at all. Just a lot of relaxing and hanging out. And the kids had so much fun. And we're definitely be back again. Yeah. For sure.
So after Thanksgiving, we came home, and before Christmas, Dana and Lacey from Swing Nation had a Toys for Tot drive at Trapeze.
Yeah.
So everybody that bought a toy got a discounted price. Yeah. And they raised so many toys.
So many.
They got
toys.
so many toys from people.
Yeah, they do it every year. It's a really good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
But we decided to go to that.
Yeah, you happened to have off, and it all worked out. We went with Rob and Lindsay, and then on the way there, we found out, or right before we left the hotel, we found out that Flirty Pineapples were going to be there. So
yeah,
we were so excited.
Yeah, we hadn't seen
so
them
much.
since San Antonio.
Yeah, you're gonna see. We had them on our podcast for this season, so you'll see that soon. But we love them so much, we could talk for days about them. We have spent time with a little bit of time here and there with them, and yeah, we get along really well. And we went with the owners of STD Hero, which we love as well. Really good friends. And then the Swing Nation crew was there, and old friends that we hadn't seen in a very long time. We went and had a great night. It was so much fun. It was a very quiet night.
We kind of kicked it old school.
It was a very quiet night, and so we decided to end it with a bang, like we do. Pun intended. Yeah, we had a good old group fun. Like
we did.
The olden days. It was very.
Although
nice.
It's been a while since we had a good old swinger society orgy.
Yeah, and it was needed at that time.
And for me, anyways, I forgot about the crowds that watch it.
Yes, that was.
And so all the guys there were having troubles keeping.
Hard.
Yeah.
You can say that here on the podcast.
Yeah. So we were all having performance problems or issues, and we have fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
And
I was the one on their podcast that they were talking about, and they wouldn't say my name about. I said, I miss Swinger Society orgies. I miss Swinger Society orgies. That was me.
Yeah, Dan was like, I think we just sold 5 tickets.
Yeah, he's like, he said 10. I was like, I hope I at least get you 5. But yeah, I texted him after I listened to it. I was like, you're welcome. And thank you. Also, but you're welcome. But yeah, I don't know. It's just easy, you know? It's just easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need easy. You just want easy. No drama. You don't want emotions. You don't want feels. You just want to put on a little bit of a show, have good hot sex, and just do it without all the extra stuff. And I don't know how else to really describe that, but some people it's just easier to do that with. It's not extra. It's nothing against other people, but it's just sometimes, especially where we were at that time, we just wanted to be swingers and just fuck. And so we love group play. We love group play. That's definitely, we've talked about it a million times. We love group play, and we love being able to pick and choose, and it's hot. It's fun. And so, yeah, when did that was that. And then we had Christmas. We did Christmas home. We had our
normal Christmas.
Good old flannel pajama Christmas. Yeah. Spoiled the kids. All the things. And then all of our friends were going to Trap for New Year's, and we were on the fence until the couple days before.
Yeah.
Like, we really were unsure. We didn't know. We were kind of gauging what everyone else was doing.
Yeah, we weren't sure what we were doing for New Year's yet. So.
And we had to decide if we wanted to do trapeze. We've done it before. Last year we went, and it's a lot of money for a trap night. And it's a Thursday or Tuesday or whatever day it falls on. It's Monday or something like that. And so we were like, I don't know that I want to do that. So we had been asking friends what their plans were, and we all kind of decided on a small group of us to go to our friends, Ash and Bill. I know a lot of people know them. Ash 30815, you might know her as, but she's been on TikTok and everything. She was back in the day, and we love them so much. They've been through a lot, and they are finally getting their house put together, their new house, and they got their house rebuilt, and they want to show it off and stuff too. We want to go see it. And so we all decided to just do a low-key stay at the house, and everyone get to see the new house, and everyone just relaxed.
Yeah,
and
it wasn't even like there was a few spicy moments, but it really wasn't a spicy weekend. It was very just pajamas,
Yep.
eat,
Plain little pajamas, comfortable. It was
talk,
freezing.
drink,
Sat
like
out by the
just
fire.
laugh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then this Lady Hayes and her husband, and then Ash and her husband. And we had fireworks. Thought that was a great idea. It was so dry.
And windy.
And windy.
And windy.
Everyone, it was complete chaos.
So
Complete insanity.
I still say we were being a little dramatic.
It was a lot of drama. There was a lot of drama.
It was
for what
a
it was.
lot
It
of
wasn't
drama
really
going
that
on.
Scary. We had it under control.
Yes.
But
So
it did get big.
here's the thing. We had a big, from the rebuild of their house and stuff like that, they had a big pile of, a burn pile, a giant, and
It's junk. Yeah.
And they were like, we're going to burn that tonight just to get rid of it. We can, have a big fire. It'd be fun.
Out.
He had a hose out. Like everything was safe.
Everything good. Firefighters were there. We had firefighters there. It was, we had it, it was fine. But the drama.
So
add fireworks to it.
At some point, they brought fireworks out, and where the fire burned, like burn ring, like burn the grass away from the fire, I put one of those little Roman candle, like little box things, lit it, walked away. As soon as the first shot thing went off, it fell over.
Of course.
And started shooting everywhere
and
and catching grass on fire in like patches.
Yeah. So everybody's just trying to stomp it out
and
running around. Pure chaos.
It was pure chaos. And then the hose wouldn't reach around to all the spots. There's another burn pile across this little lane. I found like a plastic table. And so I start stomping it with this plastic table.
Yeah. It was something. It was a time. We had a time that night. But
yeah, it was
fun. We had a lot of food.
It was fun.
We had a lot of food, ton of food. We brought all the stuff for charcuterie trays and for we had all sorts of.
Ash made, what was it?
Pulled pork.
Onion pie.
Oh, yeah, onion pie.
Yeah, never had one of those before.
Good.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good. It was like a quiche, and then I think that
we all brought like
Bo made
pulled pork.
a pork butt,
and then we had a Blackstone, and he cooked hibachi because Lady Hayes said she was craving it at like 10 p.m.
Yeah, at 10 o'clock, Lady Hayes, she's like, how much do you love me? I'm like, what do you want? He's like, if I DoorDashed groceries, could you make hibachi?
Like, with like 20 pounds of hibachi noodles.
Yeah, I can. And she's like, okay, what do you need? So I told her everything I needed. She DoorDashed it. And I think we ended up leaving 2 tubs of hibachi rice and teriyaki chicken in their fridge.
That's good.
But then that was New Year's. I mean, just super low key, had so much fun.
Yeah. We did New Year's at home.
And then, so then we came home and did a whole New Year's
with our kids.
With the kids.
And then we didn't do much until the end of January. We had met a couple at Secrets when Russ was there, and they had a group of really awesome hot people.
Yeah.
That is pretty secretive. It's one of those invite only, if you know type places.
So this group wasn't even supposed to be there that weekend. They were supposed to go to Hito, but then they had hurricanes.
So Secrets hooked up with Hito to be a place that people could go instead of going to Hito. So they did Hito kind of thing at Secrets while we were there with Eye Candy, all at the same time. So we had met them. They're a few doors down from us in our room, and we kept connecting with them. And then he ended up handing us a metal card. It was so official. It was like this. He was like, scan this.
Yeah.
Fill out the form.
Yeah, he reaches in his pocket and pulls out a metal card and it has a QR code on it. He's like, scan this. He's like, fill it out. Just put our names on it and we'll get you invited to our meet and greet.
You have to be vetted through this system. It's a group of like 250 people. It's a pretty large size group. But they have people that are like ambassadors. They pick couples that get to host and stuff. And so it's a system of you get to hop around to different bars and restaurants you meet with these couples. There was 2 or 3 couples at each spot
Yep.
that were in the group, and they were already been there for a while. They've earned their spot, and they were all wearing a different color. And so you went to the restaurant. You each had your own unique schedule, what time to be where. So you had to follow this to the T to make it all work. And they were very punctual. Everyone was like, they were very good.
Yeah, to have a group of swingers, they stick to a schedule like that is very impressive.
Very impressed. I was impressed by the whole thing. I really want to do it locally here myself. I want to kind of steal their idea because it's genius.
Yeah.
And it's just, so we drove there. How long was that? Like 4-hour drive or something?
It was like almost a 6-hour drive, wasn't it?
No, I thought it was. I don't know. It was not. I don't know.
Maybe it was. We'll just say 4 hours.
My time is weird now that I travel all the time, but it wasn't too bad. And then we got there, and the couple that we were invited by, we ended up being invited to dinner with them. So we went to go hang out. They took us to all their favorite bars, their favorite buildings, their favorite places to eat.
Went to one cool little like bar/restaurant and had dinner and a couple drinks.
Cute. The whole town was really cute.
And then they took us to a couple more bars that were very trendy and really the whole town in itself is trendy.
And then we did that and we went back kind of early-ish and we went to bed. I did some different TikToks and pictures and stuff. We got some cute little videos of us and stuff to make content. And then the next day was the day, and it started at 3 in the afternoon. It was like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, so I forget what time it started.
Entire day full, and we didn't get our schedule until the day before. They sent it to our email, and we had our own personalized, and they were each color coordinated. So each place was like blue, red, pink, whatever, and they were all wearing that color, so you knew who they were.
Yeah.
And so you would get to meet the 2 or 3 host couples, plus you would get to be with 2 or 3 other couples that were also being vetted.
Every 30 minutes, we were walking to a different bar. And so there's 2 other host couples at every bar. And then they were also meeting with 2 couples.
Yeah.
So we would meet. So each bar, we were meeting new couples that we met for the first time.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
And they would just ask you, you had to do your whole, like, how'd you get in the lifestyle? There was a few really good ones that were getting pretty deep. I mean, they don't mess around, and if you mess up, you're done. So it's very much, they want to know the scoop. They want to know if you're going to be drama. They want to know if you guys like each other. They want to know if you are going to be cool, if you can hold a conversation, if you take care of yourself. They are all very good looking and very taken
Some
care
of the prettiest. Like collectively, they're some of the prettiest people I've ever seen.
Inside and out. Like they were super sweet,
yeah,
super nice, such good conversationalists. I don't know. But so many of them says that this is all they've ever done. This was where they started. This was all they stick to, and I see why they stick to doing that.
It's safe.
Would too.
They're hot.
Vetted.
It's vetted.
You pay like enough to take care of parties, and then the hosts have this house that was built to be a playhouse. You don't get the address. So so we're skipping ahead. So you went and you did your interviews, and there was like 6 spots that you went to, and you had to meet all these people and connected with all these couples. And then at the end, all of the host couples go to a secret location while you leave. So we were done at like 11 p.m. We had started at 3 p.m. So we were starving. So we ended up actually sitting down and eating.
Yeah, that last bar we met with, I'm like,
we're just going to stay here.
Let's stay here and let's get a table and get something.
Because we knew they had to deliberate together at this secret location. So they had to get there, they had to sit and they had to talk, and they were going to eat dinner. So we got dinner, got some snacks and stuff, and then we went back to the hotel. So they had to each pick a couple that they choose their favorite one for the night. So it's not very many of us. And then they would all hash it out and everything, and they would pick a certain amount of couples. It was only a few that was picked out of everyone that they met.
Yeah.
And so we went back to the hotel because you don't know. And when you get through, if you're a favorite couple, they'll invite you to their after party. Their after party is super vetted, and it's at personal residence.
You can be invited to the after party
if you were picked as a favorite.
But then that's like another test as well.
Yeah.
Like the final stage, the boss level.
It felt like
because
Survivor.
Even if you're invited to the after party, doesn't mean you're invited to the group.
Yeah.
We had to wait. We got the email the
pretty
next
quick.
day.
But that's pretty fast. But you just don't know. And then when you're going there to these meet and greets and getting in the hotel, and I mean, we could have not heard anything, and that was all it would have been. It would have been just us at the hotel for the weekend, just hanging out, which was fine. But you just don't know
Yeah.
if you're going to a swinger party, if you're going to a house, it's a house party. So they had a house that was made for this club. That was their club, and that is where they hang out, and that is where they had playrooms, they had TVs set up, they had stations, they had locker room.
Well,
They
one
had-
of our favorite parts was before the party started, remember? Where
Yeah.
like we all were kind of just talking and mingling, and then before they open the playrooms,
Yep.
everybody gathers in this living room.
That's a living room with this big giant
And
TV.
the host gets on the fireplace mantle like a stage, and he has a whole PowerPoint presentation
Turns the lights down.
about
PowerPoint about
the
consent.
rules, the house rules,
Yeah.
consent.
It was so beautiful. I teared up a little. It was everything that I want everybody to do every time they're doing
Yeah.
anything. It was so perfect. And it was a PowerPoint. And everyone had to agree and say yes. And and then they highlighted highlights from people in the group, and they talked about accomplishments, and then it was like a club.
Yeah.
And they just were like, oh, you've been here this, and congratulations on this. And it was a club, and it was in this living room, and it was so sweet and so beautiful to watch. And then they were making frozen pizzas. They had
Yeah.
drinks. They had food. They'd pop in. Anybody want some grilled cheese?
I got to
Make some
open
grilled
a
cheese.
bottle of champagne with a saber.
They had saber knives, and they were doing it by the fire, just chopping.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
they had a hot tub over there. Then you walk down some stairs, they had a big fire pit.
With 20 seats around it.
Yeah.
It was made for this. This was
Yeah.
all the LED lighting was in the walls. It was made. They had condom stations, hydration stations. It was
All the towels.
all the towels you
yeah.
could imagine. There was rules. The rules were very thought out. It was good. It was so good. And upstairs in the loft, they had just tons of mattresses and porn playing and lights. And it was like a big group area.
Yeah.
And then they had private rooms. It was top notch. So much fun. Honestly, I would go back in a heartbeat. There was not one
Yeah.
complaint. I didn't have one complaint.
We've been so busy, we
just
haven't had a chance.
It's not
but
close. So it is a hike. It is a whole weekend thing. We have to plan life and stuff, and weekends are hard, as you know. So we're going to get back to another party. We really want to go to a summer. They do inflatable parties where they just have dozens of inflatables and just lube and baby oil. And I've heard so many good things about all the parties that they throw and stuff. And such a great group of people.
Yeah.
Like beautiful, gorgeous people, but also they're just the sweetest and kindest and so welcoming. They loved their city, and they were very proud of their city.
Oh.
And
yeah.
they were willing to help us out with anything. They really wanted to welcome us in, and we thank them. They know who they are. I know they don't want to really be talked about, and it is a very kind of secret thing, but we did want to tell them we wanted to share our experience. They were open to us sharing our experience, and we vlogged and did the little thing around. It was a wild game of Survivor.
It was so
Swinger
much fun
Survivor.
though.
And if you can't tell, we didn't actually say that, but we were also picked as a favorite, so we got to go back to the house, and we were accepted as a group. So it worked out, but it was stressful, and I wasn't sure. And I was second guessing myself when we kept meeting all these beautiful, amazing, gorgeous people. I was like, I don't know. It was hard competition. We had hard competition, but we made it.
We made it.
And it was so much fun, and I can't wait to go back.
Yeah. So right shortly after that, though, I had a random night off.
Work shut down for the night, and it was like last second. So we were like, well, we have a free Friday now, and we decided to go to Trap. We hadn't done a spontaneous Trap night in a really long time.
So we just drove up and went to Trap. It was pink night. I'd had my pink suit on. You had a pink dress on.
And then it happened again.
And then the
Mardi
next
Gras.
time, for the Mardi Gras night, I had a meeting all day Friday.
It was this was like a month. Like, it was a while. It wasn't right back to
Like I said, I work Friday, Saturday,
Like-
Sunday, night shift.
I got
So
like,
since I was in meetings all day Friday, I didn't have to go to work that
for
night.
Yeah. So it was another Friday night.
So
We didn't tell anybody at all.
I
Tell anyone this time.
came home, I got changed. You were already ready to go,
We just
and we
left.
went up to Trap. And that was the first time in a long time where we drove up there. We went, we had some fun,
And then came back.
and then we drove home.
Yeah, it was a good low key. It was a very old school Friday night Trap night. And then my next trip was a solo trip to Rumors. Finally, went to go check out Rumors Atlanta, which is Atlanta's dungeon, pretty much their dungeon. And I have known the people that are part of it for a really long time, and they've been telling me all about it. I've been wanting to go forever, and they were doing a Penthouse After Dark night, and so I decided to go. I went up with motherfucking Lee's. I stayed at their house and went with them, so I didn't have to go alone because I was kind of intimidated. I wasn't sure. That's why I didn't go the last times. I wasn't sure about doing a dungeon alone. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Now I know it's just really is just demonstrations and just showing the club, and it's a lot of that. Definitely want to go back with Russ eventually. That's the goal. I really would love to go back with less people. It was overwhelming amount of people, which is
Yeah,
great
I
for
heard.
them.
Yeah, it was
It's
great for them, but I heard
It's
it was just loud in there.
There's a lot of
and-
demonstrations going on. They had wax demonstrations. They had the violet wands. They had a bunch of people doing rope tying and a whole bunch of doing suspension and flogging and all sorts. They had a bunch of crosses set up and everything. So there was a lot going on at one time. And it was essentially just pretty much one room. So it was a big warehouse feel to it. So it was like echoey. There was just a lot going on. I could have never. I thought about getting on a cross a couple of times and just for funsies, but
Mhm.
I just knew it wasn't going to be, like, I was never going to really enjoy it because there was too much. My brain cannot handle all of that. So I had a great time just watching. I just kind of walked around each station and mingled and watched and saw all the demonstrations and did all that fun stuff. And then it was a kind of earlier night. I had a really nice facial that night. That was fun. Took some good pictures. Yeah, my fave. And then right around the corner, we had planned a big Gatlinburg trip. We have been talking about doing it first. We always talk about doing a mountain trip, and we finally grabbed a group of like 12 of us.
So the motherfucking Lees have been talking about getting a
They
group.
talked about it on the podcast when they were on the podcast.
Yeah, they
finally
love
did it.
Gatlinburg. They always have a good time. They know a lot of people down there. They know a lot of the bartenders. So they always wanted to get a group of us down there and show us their side of Gatlinburg.
How they do Gatlinburg. Because we've only been with family and it's been very touristy.
Yeah.
And it was during cheer competition and it was not the experience that most people have of Gatlinburg.
So
done it before.
we got a group of 8, 10?
It was started like the first night was I think 8 or 10 of us, but then we had people come in the second night. So there was like 12 in the end, I think.
Yeah.
But we got hotel rooms, but they were all next to each other, 2 conjoining rooms, us and the motherfucking Lees, and they stayed with our friends D&D. We'll call them that. And if you know who they are. And then, yeah, we did the whole Gatlinburg thing, did the moonshine tastings, and we walked the strip and ate the food. We went out to a really nice steak dinner. We had so much fun. It was really good. I had really good girl sex.
Yeah, you had girl sex.
Me and one of my favorite girls that I love with all of my heart. We had really hot girl sex, and I was an absolute feral menace that weekend.
We both were pretty feral that weekend.
Really feral that weekend.
We had moonshine and we were unaccompanied
like
by
12
children.
of our closest friends,
With 12 of our closest friends.
Gosh, it was so much fun. We went mini golfing. We did mini golfing.
Yeah.
Our friends, Hobrooks on social media, her husband is very competitive dude, but he's also the luckiest guy you'll ever meet in your entire life. He's just one of those guys that win every raffle, win every lottery, win all the things, just always just so easily wins everything. He just does. And he does it in such like a competitive, non-competitive way, so nonchalant about it, and so do you. He always is giving Mike Lee crap because that's just what he does. He likes to do that. And so he's not very good at golfing, mini golfing. And so the whole time he was so focused on beating Mike that he had completely forgot to watch Russell here. And he ended up losing to Russ by 1 point.
Yeah, by the the 15th or 16th hole.
Yeah, he's like, oh shoot.
He's like, who's winning?
Just assuming he was.
And then the guy that was keeping score was like, no, Russ is. And he's like, what?
Didn't
like,
expect that.
Yeah. And then so there for the last few holes were just kind of typical banter.
Yeah. The boys
And
played and with
he's,
each other.
he was talking. He's like, oh, you have to make this putt, Russ. gotta make it, gotta make it.
Like,
And then
yeah.
he got to see
was
the
awesome.
cocky side.
That's awesome because he's the same way. They're so similar.
Usually I'm pretty just whatever.
But he is like,
And
very
then
competitive.
I'm like, and then he's like, oh, don't miss this putt. And I'm like,
get in
I
your
won't,
head.
don't worry. And then he was talking, I was looking at him. I'm like, there's one thing you don't know about me. He's like, what's that? I'm like, I'm clutch. I just hit it while I was making eye contact with him.
I watched
And just
it.
nothing but
It was
cup.
so good, and he made it, and it won the game, and everything was so much fun.
But yeah,
Yeah, we
so
did mini golf.
that was,
We did the touristy stuff. We did.
yeah, we went
down the strip.
So the Lees, they know a lot of the bartenders that do these tastings.
Yeah.
And so we were going around to the different distilleries, finding the certain bartenders.
Yeah.
And so we got extra.
A couple
let's just
extra
say.
perks from knowing all of the people that work there. So we had a great time, and the whole table. You know how it's like only so many people. We'd fill the whole thing up because we had such a big group. So we got to do all these things with us and then a person or us and some random people. And so him and our friend loves the pickle juices. They were digging the pickle juices.
Here's what started this. We were at one of the distilleries and he had all of his flavors out there of the moonshine. He's like,
pick one.
Let's make some shit up.
Yeah, let's just mix things.
And then I'm like, blue raz and pickle. And he's like, huh?
Pickle for now.
He's like, you know what? Fuck it. So we gave everybody a mix of the moonshine pickle juice and blue raz moonshine.
And we named it butt stuff. So
and
now
I thought it was delicious.
Yeah.
My friend
horrible.
thought it was delicious.
Horrible. You and her are the only ones who are crazy enough to think that was good. Ooh.
And so at that point on, every distillery we went to, we made them make it for us.
We named it butt stuff. So we had a chant. We all run around, what stuff? And then everybody say, butt stuff. And someone yell, what stuff? And then we had these few other couples that were on the other side of the bar that were having the best time of their life with us.
So all the guys, all of you girls had made shirts for us for Valentine's Day with pictures of you guys on them. And they're like lingerie pictures and like sexy
like there's
pictures.
A graffiti t-shirt.
They got your name on it.
Like graffiti t-shirt.
Yeah. And so all of us guys are wearing these t-shirts with you on them.
Yeah.
One of the last tastings we did, we're sitting in line and there was this group of older people behind us and they saw our shirts and they started making comments and this and that. We didn't really say anything, but they could tell that we were all very comfortable with each other. And so they knew. They knew. Anyways, they were laughing with us. They're joking around.
Like at on social media. What? Yeah, we're on social media. Yeah. You can follow us and everything. And so they're giving out cards and they were so much fun.
Yeah. At one point I got the whole bar to do the wave.
Yeah, we did the wave. We have that. We have so many clips that we've never shown. I need to get my life together and make content about that weekend.
Then we made the whole bar.
I'll do it.
Drink
butt stuff.
Butt stuff. And so we yelled, what stuff? And then the other half of the bar goes, butt stuff. Yeah. And we all do this shot.
And we got everybody to do it. It was, you had to be there. It was so good. We were complete. It was just so good to be able to let our hair down and have fun and be with our people. And it was such a good weekend. There was a few hiccups. There was some, I keep it real with you. We're keeping it real. We're going to be honest with you. There was some stuff with a couple. There was some struggle, not great communication between them and a lot of figuring that out. We're very close with these people. So, of course, we all stopped what we're doing in the middle of chaos, but we stopped what we're doing. And we really, once everybody was aware what was going on and just kind of helped them work through it. I think they're still working through it. I think they're getting there. They're getting through stuff. And I think that the more they talk, the better, it's it's not, we make it seem like this crazy fun all the time party, wild, everyone's perfect all the time, and it's not like that. Sometimes there's miscommunication. Sometimes there's feeling. Sometimes there's feeling left out or not feeling like you're getting attention from a person, or those things are very common to have. And it's always leads down to just communication was wrong. Communication, they just weren't communicating.
Yeah.
If they were communicating, not communicating correctly, someone gets their feelings hurt, someone, stuff like that is so normal, and it doesn't have to be the end of the time. We, of course, when it happens and you're in it and you're a part of it, you feel like you ruin the weekend and you ruin everyone's time and you ruin all the things, and it's so normal and so okay.
Yeah.
And not any of us are expecting everyone to be perfect all the time. If it becomes a problem, if it is an issue, and if it becomes to be a pattern, that's when you should step back and you should leave and you should take time and you should be alone. But it's okay to mess up. It's okay to have an off night. It's okay to be in your head, be self-conscious, be, how we get. That's normal. That's so normal and so okay. And you can work through that. You don't always have to just get up and leave and go home. You don't have to ruin the night. You don't have to make it a whole thing. It's okay to just take a break and step back and talk and work through it. And we put fun and play second to all of that. If someone's struggling and something is going on, we're all adults. We're all going to stop. We all love everybody. We're going to stop what we're doing and focus on that. And, it doesn't ruin the time. We had the best time. It's just, it is what it is. It happens. It's so normal. It doesn't have to be a thing.
Nope.
And then that leads us up to March, and that was birthday weekend. But we are already almost an hour in, and we're going to have to save this for next week. So stay tuned for next week. We're going to keep you around. Whether you like it or not, you're going to have to come back and find out what we did pretty much more recently.
Yeah, we're getting to the most recent stuff.
We have some really good, crazy first experiences that we had that we're going to talk about that is still trying to wrap my head around, and stuff nobody really knows much about. And yeah, we're excited. But before we leave, we do want to mention May 15th. If you're not doing anything, please, if you're around Atlanta, or if you can make it work and you're not, come to Fresh Fridays. We are very passionate about that. You're going to hear about Fresh Fridays a million times from us, because that is our current heart project, our soul project. And we really have just heard so many times over the past few years that people are scared to go. They're alone. They're single. They don't know what to do.
They're intimidated. They're nervous.
And no matter how many times we say it's not that scary, don't make it weird, it's not that serious, all the things, nobody believes us. So we decided to make a night every third Friday that is for you guys. And I know for the most part, our content is kind of geared towards new people in the lifestyle and people experiencing things for the first time, may have been in the lifestyle for a while but not done much, that type of thing. And so we want to hold your hand. We will literally hold your hand. If you want me to, I will hold your hand. I have held hands already, and this is our third one, and they are going amazing. We currently have the biggest discount you'll ever find at Trapeze ever.
Yes,
you'll never find a cheaper price for what we have, and you'll get 2 months of membership at Trapeze, and then you will get access to Diamond Club, which is huge. And if you're going to Trapeze, you have to do Diamond Club.
Yes.
It's a must do. And this is a perfect way to try it out and do it. And then you get a membership. You can come back. You can do the next one and you don't have to pay for the membership. You already have one. So you're saving even more money. It's such a good time. So 7:30, we will come out and get you guys, and we will take you on a tour. We will show you all the things. We will answer any questions you have. We will guide you around. The lights are all on. Nobody's around except people working. There's no other swingers in the rooms. It's just us. There's just us and
just showing you the club.
And we will walk around and we'll get along great, because I promise everyone will get along perfect. And it also gives you a chance to meet another few couples, because there'll be new couples that are coming there too. And so you get to meet these new couples. You get to meet us. Rob and Lindsay will be there, and you'll get to hang out with them, and you get to start a connection, and that gives you confidence going into the night. And then you'll be able to, we will walk you back up and check you in early, get you all figured out on the computers, have everything paid for. And then you can find your locker and get a seat at the table while no one's there. Order dinner when you first get there. We always say that's the move. Order your dinner, and it kind of gives you a place that you can sit on the couch, find a spot. You already have some familiar faces that you've already made contact. We can introduce you to all of our friends and all of the people we love showing people the way, and we love Trapeze. And so we are so excited to partner with them for Fresh Friday every third Friday of the month. We will be there.
Yep.
And this month we have really, really, really good group of friends coming too. So we're excited that we get to see some new. We are connecting a lot with people from the past a lot lately, and so it's crazy how it's all come full circle, and you kind of figuring out who's real ones and who's not, and kind of connecting with people that you love with all your heart. So a lot of them are going to be at this one. He unfortunately is not going to make it to this one. I will be riding that one solo, but we're going to have a good time. It's going to be fun. It is Leather and Lace for May 15th. So one of our favorite themes.
Yeah.
We love
Go to the
theme.
website. We have a whole
That hot couple in ga.com.
Yep.
And you'll see Fresh Friday. You'll see the banner. You'll see the theme will be there. We'll put the theme every month and kind of tell you how the process works and everything. And then if you have any questions, just message us, or you know how to get a hold of us, all of our pages and stuff. But yeah, other than that,
it's not that serious.
don't make it weird. We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.